think if you had asked me 5 years ago that I would be where I am today in social media, I would probably have thought you were crazy. So this is definitely not a career path that I thought I would be taking. So it kind of was a slow but steady start, and it really came out of other people in my college who were using social media. And there's a very active pediatric GI physician at Baylor who also uses social media, and I had seen him at a couple of meetings where he talked about it here and there. And so kind of initially just, okay, I joined Twitter, I'm just going to sit here and see what happens. And then I saw him for a second time where he really presented this idea of physicians have a responsibility to join patients in the arena where they are, where they're seeking information, where they're going to look for help, where they're seeking information about their conditions and their medical problems. And we can either go there and be where they are and provide them with accurate, medically sound information, or we can just let them find whatever they want to find there. And that really resonated to me, because one of my things I really want to do in my clinic is provide families and patients with really good information about. I want families to understand their condition as well as they can on whatever level they can. And so I just found this to be another way to do that, kind of maybe outside of my clinic. And that was the impetus. Is just like, oh my gosh, I could just imagine what people are finding through these avenues that's inaccurate. There's a lot of inaccuracies about all these medical conditions, particularly sickle cell disease, which is the condition I focus on. And I thought, okay, enough is enough. I want to take this to the next level. And that was kind of the jumping off point for me. I also benefit from being engaged in social media, and a lot of that I find is just learning for myself. So this is how I engage with medical journals at this point. I rarely worry about getting my medical journals in the mail anymore, because at this point I have a very narrow niche that I am focused on and that I care about and that I really want to keep up to date on. And so this big journal that has maybe one article in it that I really want about, I don't really care or want to have it anymore, and the whole published version of it. And so I follow the medical journals that interest me. They tweet out, these journal articles, and that's how I found out about them. And now I have this community of physicians who also have the same interests as me. So maybe I don't see it the first time it comes around, but then they retweet it because they see it and they're interested in it, and it comes back around to me, and then I'm like, oh, I want to read that. So then I can go link directly to that article at the publication site, and I can pull it directly into what I read. So to me, it's allowed me to kind of streamline what I read and keep up with based on my own interest, rather than kind of the bigger, broader hematology publications, because it's just overwhelming. For me personally, Twitter has been the easiest because it's a simple platform. I feel like it's not overwhelming, and I think that's why I think physicians have embraced it the most. I feel like a lot of physicians are starting to move towards Instagram because it's very visual. But right now I think Twitter is super strong right now, and getting stronger by the day. And I think that kind of short, succinct, kind of micro-blogging that Twitter allows makes it a very powerful tool, and that you can link to your hospital blog or other useful resources where you can take this short message but link it to a more powerful, more in-depth resource. Makes it really easy. And so yes, this could take up a lot of your time if you let it, right? But I'm in the elevator between meetings, walking from one meeting to another. I rarely tweet on the weekends when I'm home with my family. That's my choice. I don't want to do that. I don't usually, during the week even, when I'm at home with my family, I don't tweet. That's my choice. I don't want that to interfere with that time. And some people probably do. You can have programs that do it for you if you want to do that, sporadically throughout the day. So there are programs that can even time your tweets for you, where you don't even have to do it yourself. So you can make it what you want. Some people only tweet at large meetings like ASH. They don't even tweet a lot in between. They use it just mostly to gather information for themselves and only push out information at large conferences. And so you can design it to be what you want out of it. And that's what I think is really nice, is that it doesn't have to be the same tool for every single person. It can be really customized to each professional. it should be the same as how you would speak to anyone at a meeting or at the hospital. Be professional, right? It's there forever, right? It should be just like any other professional thing that you would say on behalf of your hospital. There's no separation of a professional and a personal account. As much as we would like to think that we have two separate lives, we don't. And so I always caution people to think about what you post. I have political type versions of posts on my account because I'm a pediatrician and it's very important to me about putting kids first. But that's in the realm of what I do, but it's not highly, politicized. It's not, overly done. So you just have to think about being careful about what you say and how you say it. So like, would you tell your chairperson this? I think that's a good way to put it. Like, would you say it to your chairman? And so I think that's important. I think being authentic, like I use Twitter for professional use, but it's not strictly professional. You know what? I follow the Astros on my Twitter account because I'm an Astros fan, and I follow LSU football because I'm a huge LSU football fan. People want to see that you're a person and not strictly a physician, and I think that's important to have some layers. Do I share every time I go on vacation? Absolutely not. But people want to see that you're a real person, that you have another life, another part of you that you can share pieces of, not like every single detail. And so I think it's really important to be authentic, like, I'm really sick of the rain today, or whatever it is that makes you authentic, so that people can kind of get a glimpse of who you are as a person, because I think they want to see that doctors are people too, because I think it helps them relate to you on a different level than this is the physician and I'm a patient or what have you.